corner away from her.
Yeah. Problematic?
Very problematic.
Yeah, because you're coaching.
I'm the coach, yeah. So I save all my sprays for the kids. I don't spray the ref because I always tell the boys don't
Tapos na naman ang weekend,
ref,
guys.
be nice.
Ayaw, Rick.
So I save all my best sprays for the kids.
Rest day. RickzCalTV is rest
You
day.
sprayed him at the start. How old?
Well,
17.
5.
It's good.
I've been sprayed a lot over
It's
the
about
years.
resilience, though,
It
isn't
is,
it?
built it up.
Have you coached your son's team the whole way through?
Yeah, halfway through,
Wow,
yeah.
that's incredible.
And I coached my youngest son's team for a while as well, so I coached them both.
Have any of the
Makulimlim
players
ang
kicked on
panahon.
and gone on to bigger and better things?
The good ones are no, they're good players, they're a good team. I'll tell you what,
Held back a generation of players.
I'll tell you what's more important, Wade. They're good kids.
That's
really good
Yeah, but
kids.
I'd argue that has to do with the parents, not the coaching of the soccer team.
But I'm going to claim a little slice of it.
Do you start your boys every game?
No, I rotate. Everyone plays the same amount of time.
Is there any kind of nepotism?
Yeah.
Nepotism
No,
players?
in fact, I would suggest my kid probably cops it more than most of them.
Of course.
Because I expect a bit more.
You like Carl Flanagan?
Yeah.
A bit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Kyle gets it from the other people. My son gets it from me.
Yeah.
So,
My old man wasn't a great spectator. Like, he'd be similar to silent type. Not saying too much during the game, but I'd know when I got in the car. I'd sit in the back seat. Obviously, mum and dad would be in the front. I knew what the brooding silence whether I'd played well or not. And even if I'd played well, there wasn't even much of a pat on the back. It was like, all right, do it again next week, mate.
Yeah, exactly. That was my mum for me. Because my dad wasn't allowed to watch too many games because he wasn't allowed to smoke in the car. So he got, well, I'm not going then. So fair enough. But my mum, like when I played in NRL, she was always out at Paris Stadium in the courtyard waiting for me. And I'd be high-fiving fans coming out, patting you on the back. What a great game, Marty. I would go, oh, you missed this tackle here. You missed that one. So she was a great level of
Tarify up.
get too much in front of us.
Tough guy.
It was tough. Except that's how I've got to pass it down to my children as well.
Because it made you feel so good being myself.
Yeah, but you know what?
It made me work harder, to be honest with you. It made me go, well, you're not as good as what you think you are at the moment. I missed that tackle, I went to a try. I need to fix that next time. So she would give me a pat on the back when it was warranted, but more often than not, she would find the negative in my game, so I would improve on that. So I found that a good way. That's how I needed to be talking.
Does your mum review your radio appearances?
No, if you're listening,
Give us a call.
give us a call.
Tell us what it is to fix.
Actually, I just discovered this morning that Piney doesn't like taste of milk. He doesn't like milk, which I find odd, being that he grew up on a dairy farm. And
Did you have too much as a kid?
So I had a lot to try. She had to throw my baby in the paddock. I just had to find it. That's how, I said,
You were 14, 15 at the time.
it's just going on 17. But that was near him. No, I don't like the taste of it. I don't.
Quite ironic though.
That I'm a dairy. I'm from a dairy farm. I'm from a dairy farm. Yeah.
What about coffee and tea? Do you
I can have skim milk, which is not really milk, is it? Like I can't have the taste. If I taste milk in my coffee, I won't drink it. I can't drink it.
It would have been, I'd imagine, on the farm, unpasteurised.
So straight out of the vat, straight in a big bucket, like a bucket you get from Bunnings, and it'd have about an inch of cream on top of it, which I could not stand also. So if I ever drank, once in a blue moon, if I ever drank milk at home, half the glass was chocolate quick, like I would shovel it in there, like 4 or 5 tablespoons of chocolate quick, and then just add a little bit of milk.
See, when I was living in Lisbon, we used to get those big cans of milk, and you'd have them for a few days at home. And that was the dessert, was the cream, just jam and cream.
Definitely not. We had a calf bucket on the top shelf of our fridge. That's how we used to make our stuff.
I love it. Wait, when you were talking about your father, being surly or whatever, what he felt about the game, was he a player in terms of sport, or was he a good sports person in his youth?
Yeah, he played a bit. He played a bit of everything. Played footy. He was from the country. He was from Grafton, so him and his 3 brothers played together. The Ghosts, yeah. And then he came down to Sydney for some time, and he played footy quite a bit. But I think he got to the age where he was close to maybe being graded, but he was doing the arbos. He was running, and he hurt himself. He did his ACL, and my mum was pregnant with my sister, and I think footy just got put on the back burner because he had to work and provide for his family. So listen, he was I'd say tough on me growing up. Never too much, but I appreciated it. Like a bit like Heine, I don't think I would have been the player I was or had the attitude that I did in terms of in trying to improve I've got 2 boys of my own, and he's mellowed out a lot more as he's gotten older, and he's really hands-on with my kids, and he's very loving. And sometimes a couple of jabs here and there. I was like, oh, I wish I had some of that growing up. It might have been nice. It seems nice.
Wait, I swear I remember interviewing your dad once in Origin camp. I can't remember when it was. Might have been before your first game, and he was pretty proud of you.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt he's proud of me. There's no doubt, but you didn't have to ride in the back seat at home from Lichtenbury when you'd just been flogged 30-4 when we're in the losing team.
It's Indigenous round, which is terrific, and the recognition of our Indigenous players who have given so much to this game over so many years. You two must have played with and against some of the greats.
Oh, plenty. I was lucky enough to play with JT and GI. Played against them too, which was not always the best, but haven't we had some players over the years? I suppose my favourite, and it's hard to pick, but my favourite is actually a duo. I've spoken about being a kid and growing up in Penrith, sitting on the hill in 03 and watching that team play and go on to win the premiership, and that combination of Preston Campbell and Reece Wester that year was just unbelievable. Obviously, they had a fantastic team right across the park, but those two players could just come up with a little bit of magic in every game, and they were fun to watch. They were the two that stood out for me in my memory, and of course, he's a bit before me with Cliffy Lyons. I love watching the old footage of Cliffy Lyons, and played till he played still playing now actually, so it's fantastic.
He plays soccer now, Cliffy, you know. We played against him. My team played him. Well, I didn't play that day.
Did you hack him down?
I didn't play against him. I missed that game. But then we played. It was a calf. But then we played against him a few weeks ago. Cliffy wasn't playing. He was injured, but he turned up with an esky. He was pulling the esky along.
No, Dad.
He sat down the esky. I suspect he got one out. I reckon I didn't play. I didn't play against him. I reckon you're all right, Cliffy. It's not about soccer players.
It's not surprising, is it, with a guy like Cliffy? You could probably just pick up anything and do it.
Could you imagine having someone like Cliffy in your side? We could have scored like 500 tries. I think, like, you know how like Beaver did? Yeah. Just run off one bloke all the time. Just be there.
In the space. Just in the space.
Always in the space. Yeah, and always had them with a clean jersey.
To be honest, running a hard line wasn't one of my specialties, so I might even
you like early ball.
Yeah,
just give it early. Now it's a great round, or 2 rounds this year.
2 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, so I find it. I've got to play with the bloke because I call him Tallis, the raging bull who, I admired and I'd inspired to be like, but just didn't have the aggression. Sammy Thaiday, Jonathan Thurston, probably the best player right in my mind. Him and Joey Johns are probably the best 2 players I've got to play with and against. But yeah, it's a great round. We're getting all behind it. It's going for 2 rounds this year.
Yeah, so they can kind of display those beautiful jerseys to their home crowd, which is terrific.
And the NRLW as well this year. It all lines up, and it's all true. It's a great round. The NRL has done such a good job over the years with this round, around where it falls, and respect. Learn more about the Indigenous culture and the influence it's had on that game, and it's great to see some of the jerseys already this weekend, and we'll see plenty more.
There's 2 blokes for me, probably Artie, because when I was a kid I grew up watching footy with my dad. Remember my earliest memories watching the footy and saying to my dad, who's that bloke? He said, that's Artie Beetson. And then GI, just love watching GI in big games, man. He was so good at big games. That's when he played his best footy, and he's doing amazing things now, GI, off the field. So they're the 2 blokes for me.
GI was just such a phenomenal player in terms of, when you prep against teams, you can look at what they're trying to achieve, and you can try and work out how you're going to defend different plays or different players and work as a unit. But GI, whenever you come up against him, you just knew he was a better player. He was just better than you. He was faster than you. He was bigger than you. He was stronger than you. And you thought, I'm going to try and do my best here, but there's a chance he's going to beat me, and I need some help from players around me.
You get a big hand in your face, or in your chest. That's the images of Origin. Was it Stevie Turner?
Stevie Turner, yeah.
Well, the Sowie one's the one that always gets played, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he was a freak, definitely.
It's brilliant. And as we said, 2 rounds to support the Indigenous players in our great game. All right, there has been some results, but it's not just what's on the scoreboard for the Broncos. It is the injuries. Remarkably, the 6 and 7 going down with hamstrings in the same movement on Thursday night. Phenomenal, really. How are they? Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds. Adam Reynolds, we hear, may play again if they get through to the finals. Selwyn Cobbo and Ezra Mam, it looks like they are gone for the season.
Yeah, well, the Broncos said maybe if they make the grand final, there are a chance of playing again this year. Mam and Cobbo. I think they said at least 6 weeks those two guys are out. So devastating for the Broncos. They're going to have to shuffle things around. Lucky they got Ben Hunt in the system now, can slip into the halves, but it's a long way back for the Broncos losing those guys. I mean, it's devastating for them. In terms of last night, Tone, the big injury out of last night was probably Jake Trbojevic, another concussion. It was a Cat 1. He'll miss it. Well, Selwyn's played pretty good the last couple of weeks, but to lose Adam Reynolds and Ezra Mam in one moment, in one movement, that's just got to be luck. You can't put it down to anything else.
Well, you look at the play, and you look at the play, so coach takes an intercept. He's one of the fastest players in that Melbourne team. Ezra has to stop and turn. Adam Reynolds is a bit inside, and he turns and chases. And they know if they're a chance, they need to catch him as quick as they can and in the next 10 metres, because otherwise he's getting further in front, and then you overextend. You try to hit a speed that you probably haven't hit all that much, in particular at training, which mitigates that risk, and that's always a high risk play. But it's so rare to see two players in the same play go down with serious hamstring injuries.
It's just a freak. That's all it is. I've never been at top speed to do a hamstring, so I don't really know. But I think that's all it is. And we're all going to speculate about, was it sitting on a plane for too long? Were they not doing enough during the day? There's all these things, but these guys are finely tuned athletes. It's going to happen. You know what it did overshadow? Because as soon as it happened, I didn't even watch the rest of the play. I was in the stadium, and I was looking at Adam Reynolds and Ezra Van going, oh, this is just carnage, and it's over for the Broncos. So I didn't even see Selwyn Cobbo make the chase and the try saver. It's up there with the try saver of the season.
Yeah. They do have Ben Hunt to call on now in terms of running that football team. That's what he's been doing at the Dragons for so long now. So they are in good hands in that regard.
And they've got Billy Walton from playing the halves as well, so they do have options there. But geez, it's hard to replace those two blokes, Reynolds and Mann.
Yeah, it is. We'll dig deeper into what we think their chances remain, and the others as well. Fascinating round. Some key games happening. The Dolphins and the Roosters in terms of the bottom end of the 8 is going to be fascinating as well. That is this evening. Of course, 3 o'clock though. It is the local targets, the Dragons and the Sharks, and will probably be a little bit of a damp Jubilee Oval at beautiful Cogra. This is the Saturday Scrum. We do it for Thirsty Camel.
The Triple M Saturday Scrum, thanks to Thirsty Camel. Camel on down to Thirsty Camel bottle shops for unseriously good deals. Drink responsibly.
The feel-good way to start your day. Jay and Dave.
Ellie, tell us about the animal that waltzed its way into your life.
Saw all these kids walking out of a house with puppies in their hands, and I just went, I don't want any more kids, I want a dog. And I walked in, and there was these lovely staffy puppies that were giving them away.
Jay and Dave, weekdays on Triple M and anywhere on the Listener app.
Come here, boy. Come on. Oh, good boy. I love my dog, but he'll eat anything. Last week, a sock. Do you know copper, like that produced by Glencore, can be used to make ultrasound machines?